Okay, so I have been horrible at taking work pictures, so I'm gonna do a video of this is the second week of the farmers market. For those of you who I haven't talked to, farmers market is kind of like a massive, think like Dahlonega Gold Rush kind of deal. But it happens every Wednesday throughout the summer up into about August, September. One of the biggest events outside of the rodeo. And so the church comes and helps, and we do help the vendors unload. They've got a booth as well to help kind of pass out information about the church, but they also have these really cool things where they filter the air with a fan during the smoke season. During the summer, it gets real hot. Many people up here don't have ACs. So, but aside from that, we help with parking. And in the past, it's been kind of the Wild West. People just kind of do what they want. And so we, me and Jalen, the other intern, we're tasked with coming up with an idea of how to do it. And so this is the second night we've done it, and it has worked well. And it is, we lost count at around 120 again. The first week was about 138, but there was well over probably 200 people, 200 cars that have come through this lot and that we've been able to interact with. And so doing a lot of cool things, a lot of cool work in Livingston. Earlier this week, we were helping in some of one of the mobile home trailers that the church is setting up for single moms, single dads, like that kind of deal with kids, so that they can stay there when they're struggling with homelessness is a big issue up here in Livingston, but it's not like homelessness back at home in Atlanta where you can just walk to an underpass, because I mean there's not any underpass. So some homeless people are homeless by the sense of like they don't have like a house, but they've got a camper that doesn't move because it doesn't have any gas. And so there's like, instead of like tent villages, it's camper villages, right? And so or you're just straight up homeless, sleeping on a bench and pray that it doesn't rain on you, because it gets like freezing at night. Like it was 40 something this morning and it got up to 88, and now it's raining and it's dropped back down to like 50. So it's kind of wild up here. We're doing great work here in Livingston. Super excited. Tomorrow we're getting to go to Butte. That's the other town that me and Jalen and Expedition are looking at working with. They're looking at trying to set up an orphanage out there. We've got a couple in the church who's going through the church planner stuff with NAM, and they're getting certified to do that so they can hopefully set up a church through the orphanage. So that's one of the big things. The other big thing that we've got going on that is that we're looking at planning another church in Big Timber, which is where Joel and Wendy, they're the Send Me Now reps for me and Jalen. They're the ones that live out there. And so that one's pretty close to starting. I'd love to see it start before the end of summer, but they don't know when, but they know that they're pretty close. So they've just started now doing prayer meetings, and they've been having a good attendance of people in that community. One of the biggest things that really kind of differs from missions at home or missions kind of elsewhere, or even just around the Bible Belt, to here there's never been a great revival, no great awakenings, right? So there's not many churches at all. There's I know that there's 3 or 4 churches that are in Livingston, right? And that are active in the sense of like, yeah, they have a Sunday service every morning. But these churches have like 5 or 6 people in it, and they're all above the age of 70, right? And they're just not active in the community at all. So many people here, if they do know about Jesus, it's not the biblical sense of Jesus, right? And otherwise they don't know anything about the Bible. So having the unique opportunity to just kind of witness to them, not through street evangelism, because many people are just going to walk right by. They don't care what you have to say unless you actually are meeting needs, right? So the whole idea that Expedition has is we'll meet the needs, and then if that allows for a gospel conversation, great. Otherwise, we are just being Christ to the people around us, which is what the church is called to do. So instead of having a church full of Christians, you have a church full of missionaries, right? And that's what Pastor Daryl has been kind of preaching, and he's been here for about 9 years, and the church just turned 7 a couple weeks ago. So that's really cool. All great things. Me and Jalen been working our tails off. A lot of it's doing a lot of lawn work and working at the Christian school that we are able to stay at. They have a Christian school that we stay at called The Way. And during the school year, obviously, it's a Christian school. And then during the summer, they turn it into a mission house for the mission teams that come up here. We've worked with 4 different churches, both from all from Alabama. There was a Georgia church, but they were in Big Timber. We didn't get to work with them that week. We have our first mission team coming to stay at The Way with me and Jalen this Saturday. So we're looking forward to that, meeting them, all the different people, just being able to disciple one another and to lean on each other and just kind of do life and be able to witness to the people around us and love on a community that severely needs Jesus. It has been a great adventure so far. It's only been about 2 weeks, but it has been awesome just to see how God has been working in those 2 weeks. So yeah, hopefully there's more updates to come.